The music had just started. My father was about to walk me down the aisle. 200 guests are seated. My soon-to-be husband is waiting at the altar. Then the chapel doors burst open. My ex-boyfriend, Marcus, standing there in jeans and a t-shirt, holding a manila envelope. "Sorry to interrupt," he announced to the entire church, "but there are some things Blake should know before he says I do. Things Avery's been hiding from him. All of them, right here." He held up the envelope. Inside, every lie I'd ever told, every secret I'd kept from him, every half-truth from my past I'd buried, things Blake didn't know, things that would destroy him if he found out, things that would end this wedding. My mother whispered, "Who is that?" The wedding coordinator rushed toward him. "Sir, you need to leave." "I'll leave after the groom reads this." "Blake? Blake Morrison? Your bride has been lying to you about her past, about her family, about who she really is. Want to know the truth before you marry her?" Everyone turned to look at me. My father's arm tensed under my hand. Blake stood frozen at the altar. "I'm Avery Coleman, 31 years old. Today was supposed to be the happiest day of my life. Instead, my ex-boyfriend showed up with every secret I'd ever kept from my fiancé, ready to destroy my wedding in front of 200 witnesses." The envelope contained proof, documented proof, of things I should have told Blake myself, but never dared to. Want to know what was in that envelope? And what did I do? This is about secrets, revenge, and the moment I had to choose between the truth and my wedding. Hit like if you've kept secrets from someone you love. Comment on your city. What you're about to hear is about the past catching up and why some secrets are worth destroying a wedding over. Before I tell you what happened at that altar, you need to understand what I'd been hiding and why. Blake Morrison, perfect man, successful architect, comes from a perfect family. 2 parents are still married, white picket fence childhood. College sweetheart he dated for 4 years before they broke up amicably. No drama, no baggage, no dark past. Me? Not the same story. When Blake and I met 2 years ago, I presented myself as someone similar to him. Clean past, simple history, easy to understand. But that wasn't true. The secrets, what Marcus had in that envelope? Secret number 1. My real family situation. Blake knew. My parents divorced when I was young. I was raised by my mom. Dad wasn't around much. Truth, my father was in prison for fraud, wire fraud, identity theft, and embezzlement. 12 years. Got out when I was 18. I've had minimal contact since. Too ashamed to tell anyone. My mother struggled with addiction. Pills, alcohol, in and out of rehab 6 times during my childhood. Clean now for 8 years, but those years were traumatic. I grew up with my grandmother, not because my mom worked a lot, like I told Blake, because she was in rehab, and my dad was in federal prison. Secret number 2, my college scholarship. Blake knew. I got a partial scholarship and worked my way through college. Truth, I paid for college with money from a settlement. At 19, I was hit by a drunk driver, suffered injuries, sued, received a $120,000 settlement, used it for tuition and living expenses. I never told Blake about the accident because it would lead to questions about the injuries, which would reveal. Secret number 3, my chronic pain condition. Blake knew nothing. I never told him. Truth, the car accident left me with permanent nerve damage, chronic pain in my back and leg. Some days it's manageable, some days it's debilitating. I take prescription pain medication, have for 12 years. I manage it carefully, never let it show. Take my medication privately, schedule my bad days when Blake's traveling. He thinks I'm perfectly healthy. I didn't tell him because I was terrified he'd see me as damaged, broken, a burden. Secret number 4. My financial situation before we met. Blake knew I had some student debt, paid it off over a few years. Truth, I filed for bankruptcy at 26, medical bills from ongoing pain treatment, lost my job during a bad pain flare, couldn't keep up with expenses, credit cards maxed out. Bankruptcy was my only option. By the time I met Blake at 29, my credit was rebuilding. I had my life together, but that bankruptcy was still on my record. Secret number 5. Marcus. Blake knew I dated someone for a few years in my mid-20s. Didn't work out. We wanted different things. Truth, Marcus and I dated for 3 years, ages 25 to 28. It was toxic. On again, off again, screaming fights, breaking up and getting back together. He knew everything about my past. My dad, my mom, my pain, my bankruptcy. He was there through my worst times. We broke up badly. I found out he'd been cheating, but not before I'd told him every secret I'd ever kept, every vulnerable truth about my messy life. When I met Blake a year later, I wanted a fresh start. I wanted to be the woman he could love, put together, easy. So I lied, by omission, by simplification, by hiding. And Marcus knew all of it. Standing in that chapel, Marcus held all my secrets, documented. "What's in the envelope?" Blake called out from the altar. His voice was steady but strained. Marcus smiled. "Everything Avery hasn't told you. Her father's prison record, federal inmate number 47392, 12 years for fraud. Her mother's rehab history, 6 facilities, I've got the names. Her car accident settlement, $120,000, she never mentioned. Her bankruptcy filing from 5 years ago, Chapter 7, discharged debts of $83,000. Her chronic pain condition and the prescription medication she's been hiding from you for 2 years." The chapel was silent. 200 people watching this unfold. Blake's face went pale. "Avery, is this true?" I couldn't speak. My father gripped my arm. "Who is this person?" Marcus continued, "I've got documents, prison records, rehab intake forms, the accident report, bankruptcy court filings, medical records showing her pain medication prescriptions, all of it. Want to see it before you marry her, Blake? Or do you want to find out on your honeymoon?" The wedding coordinator was calling security. My bridesmaids looked horrified. Blake's parents were whispering urgently. Blake stepped down from the altar, walked toward Marcus. "Give me the envelope." "Blake," I started. He held up his hand. "Just give me a minute." Marcus handed him the envelope, smirking. "Read it all. Then decide if you still want to marry someone who's been lying to you for 2 years." Blake read for what felt like hours. Actually, 3 minutes. The entire chapel silent, waiting. He looked up, not at Marcus, at me. Is this all true? I could lie, deny it, claim Marcus forged the documents, save the wedding, marry Blake and hope he never found out the truth. Or I could tell the truth, risk everything, and give him the choice. I chose truth. Finally. Yes, all of it. My father was in prison. My mother was in rehab, multiple times. I paid for college with a settlement from a car accident that left me with chronic pain. I take medication for it daily. I filed for bankruptcy at 26, and I didn't tell you because I was ashamed. Blake's jaw tightened. For 2 years. You kept this from me for 2 years? I wanted to tell you so many times, but I was scared. Scared you'd see me differently. Scared you'd leave. Your family is so perfect, and mine is such a mess. My family isn't perfect. Nobody's family is perfect. Yours is compared to mine. Your dad wasn't in federal prison. Your mom wasn't an addict. You didn't grow up being raised by your grandmother because your parents couldn't get their lives together. So you lied to me instead of trusting me with the truth? I didn't lie. I just didn't tell you everything. That's lying, Avery. Lying by omission for our entire relationship. Marcus was still standing there, watching, enjoying this. I turned to him. Why are you doing this? Why now? Because you don't deserve him. You don't deserve this perfect life. You're a liar, and he should know who he's marrying before it's too late. You're doing this because I left you, because I chose to move on and you couldn't handle it. I'm doing this because you pretended to be someone you're not, with him. You told me everything, the real you. Then you met him and became someone else, someone fake. Blake was still holding the envelope. I need time to think. Blake, I can't do this right now. Not like this. Not in front of everyone. He walked out, through the side door, left me standing there in my wedding dress. The guests started murmuring. My mother rushed to me. What's happening? Who is that man? Marcus turned to leave. Enjoy your wedding, Avery. Oh, wait. Security escorted him out. I stood there, wedding dress, full chapel, no groom. My wedding coordinator approached. What do you want to do? I don't know. Blake left. I don't know if he's coming back. My maid of honor, Sarah, squeezed my hand. I'll go find him. She left. I stood there. 200 guests are watching me fall apart. My father, the one who wasn't in prison, the one walking me down the aisle, whispered, Do you want to cancel? Send everyone home? I don't know what I want. 20 minutes later. Sarah came back. He's in the parking lot. He wants to talk to you, alone. I walked out, still in my dress, found Blake sitting in his car. I knocked on the window. He got out. I'm sorry, I said immediately. I should have told you, all of it, from the beginning. I was wrong. Why didn't you? Because I was ashamed. My dad's a felon. My mom's an addict. I'm on pain medication every day. I filed for bankruptcy. I'm broken in ways you're not. And I wanted you to love me anyway, so I hid it. You don't think I would have loved you if I'd known? I don't know. Maybe, but I wasn't willing to risk it. So instead, you risked our entire relationship on a lie. Not a lie. I just didn't... A lie, Avery. Stop. It was a lie. You know it was. You hid major parts of your life, your family, your health, your past. You let me fall in love with a version of you that wasn't complete. I'm still me, the person you fell in love with. That's still me. I just have more baggage than you knew about. It's not the baggage, it's the lying. For 2 years. How do I trust you now? I don't know. I don't know how to fix this. He looked at the church, at the 200 guests waiting inside. I need time. I can't marry you today. Not like this. Not knowing you've been hiding this much from me. I need to think. So the wedding is off? I don't know. I need time to process, to figure out if I can trust you again, if we can build something real when the foundation has been laid. They weren't lies. Avery, stop defending it. You lied. Own it. He was right. I lied for 2 years. By omission, by simplification, by hiding. You're right. I lied. I was wrong. I should have trusted you with the truth. I'm sorry. He nodded, got back in his car. I'll call you in a few days when I've figured out what I want. He drove away. I walked back into the church, told the guests the wedding was postponed, watched 200 people file out, confused, whispering, judging. That was 3 months ago. Blake did call, 2 weeks after the non-wedding. We talked for hours. I told him everything. No more hiding. My dad's crimes, my mom's struggles, my pain, my bankruptcy, every ugly truth. He listened, asked questions, processed. You need to know this is really you, the real you, not another version you're selling me. This is me, all of it, the messy, complicated, broken parts. This is who I really am. Why did Marcus have all those documents? Because when we dated, I told him everything. He was there through my worst times. He knew all of it. When we broke up, I guess he kept records, waiting to use them. That's vindictive. He was hurt. I hurt him. Doesn't excuse what he did, but I understand it. We're not married. Not yet. Maybe not ever. Blake wanted to start over. Date again. Build trust again. With the real me this time. We're taking it slow. He's met my mom, talked about my dad, asked about my pain management, seen me on bad days, learned who I really am. It's harder, more vulnerable, scarier, but it's real. Some days he struggles. How do I know you're not hiding something else? You have to trust me, and I have to earn that trust every day. We're in couples counseling, working through it. No guarantees. My family thinks I should move on. He clearly can't handle your past. Find someone who can. But Blake is handling it. Slowly. He's just handling the truth instead of the lie. And that's harder. What I learned. Secrets destroy relationships. Not the things you're hiding, the hiding itself. Shame makes you lie, but lies make the shame worse. If someone can't love you with your full truth, they can't really love you at all. I'm Avery Coleman. I hid my past from my fiancé for 2 years. Criminal father, addict mother, chronic pain, bankruptcy, all of it. My ex showed up at my wedding with documented proof, exposed everything in front of 200 guests. Blake walked out. The wedding was canceled. 3 months later, we're dating again, starting over, with the truth this time. I don't know if we'll make it. Don't know if we'll get married eventually. Don't know if he'll ever fully trust me again. But I know this. If we do make it, it'll be real, built on truth, not lies. Hit subscribe if you've hidden parts of yourself. Smash like if truth matters more than perfect. Remember, the person who loves the real you is worth more than anyone who loves your mask. Marcus thought he was destroying my wedding. He destroyed my lies instead. Hurt like hell, but maybe I needed it. Blake deserved the truth. I should have given it to him myself. Now he has it. All of it. What does he do with it? That's up to him. But at least it's finally real. And that's worth more than any wedding built on secrets.